Here's another day, same story. 8 days running, we've seen absolutely no work in Parliament, but we've seen a fair amount of noise. This day today also, all the developments in Parliament focused around the Pegasus row.
I congratulate Mirabai Chanu for winning the medal. And it is successfully going e-Adalat.
So, we are very...
Pandemonium, ruckus and deadlock. Day 8 of the Parliament storm. No debate, only disruption. The Pegasus Snoopgate face-off threatening to consume this entire monsoon session of Parliament. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla warned unruly MPs for tearing and throwing papers at the chair and disrespecting Parliament on Thursday.
आसन पर पर्चे फेंकना, आसन की अवमानना करना हमारी संसदीय परंपराओं के अनुरूप नहीं है। क्या आप कल की घटना इस संसदीय गरिमा के अनुरूप मानते हैं? क्या इसे न्यायोचित मानते हैं? हम सबको सामूहिक रूप से निर्णय करना होगा कि हम कैसे इस सदन की गरिमा और सम्मान को बढ़ा सकते हैं।
The government tried to broker peace. Union Minister Piyush Goyal met opposition floor leaders in Mallikarjun Kharge's room over coffee. However, there was no assurance from the aggressive opposition, which has been seeking a probe and debate on the Snoopgate scandal. It merely asserted that it was the responsibility of the government to run Parliament.
Why are you avoiding Pegasus? It is collectively for all parliamentarians an insult. It is collectively an insult for all parliamentarians, for the institution of Parliament. What is the conclusion, friends? That they are not only hiding, they have much to hide. They have no answers.
And I think there was a very strong conversation.
The opposition also disrupted the speech of External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar in the Rajya Sabha.
To our relations with the United States, when it comes to Quad, when it comes to Indo-Pacific, these are all our national choices which serve our national interests.
Government, while maintaining that it is ready for any discussion, called the snooping charges baseless again.
Unnecessarily a non-issue बना के इतने सारे दुनिया के हजारों लोगों का अभी ऐसा स्पाइंग हो सकता है क्या? There should be, and what Rahul Gandhi talks he doesn't understand. That is his basic problem.
The Parliament hangama has ensured that there is no debate over the COVID fight or economic situation. It has also ensured passage of key bills without any debate. With Polami Saha in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers, there's the TMC versus BJP on the entire Bihari Gunda comment. Now, Nishikant Dubey of the BJP says that Mahua Moitra from the TMC called him Bihari Gunda thrice in a parliamentary meet. Mahua denies the charge. In midst of all of it, it's exploded into this big ugly row with regional undertones.
Bihari Gunda. Amidst one of India's most turbulent parliament openings, that's the abusive phrase echoing in the August House. Meet the accuser, BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, who says Trinamool MP Mahua Moitra called him a Bihari Gunda. He says that Mahua flung the abuse during a meeting of Parliament's Standing Committee on Information Technology. The two netas had been engaged in a heated exchange over Dubey's privilege motion against the IT panel's chief, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor. When India Today confronted Mahua with the allegation, she denied it, but not directly.
Is it true that this meeting unprecedentedly was called up because there was no quorum and no telecom or home ministry officials who you had summoned were allowed to come to the meeting, and you in turn called Nishikant Dubey a Bihari Gunda?
Rajdeep, I'm very amused at this. I've already tweeted about this.
Mahua says her accuser wasn't even present for the meeting, so there's no question of any name calling, but the BJP MP in question has countered her.
यदि बिहारी गुंडा कहा तो इसका मतलब ये है कि हिंदी भाषी लोगों के प्रति तृणमूल कांग्रेस का व्यवहार क्या है? यदि झारखंडी गुंडा कहता तो भी बात समझ में आती। और बिहारी गुंडा एक बार नहीं 3 बार कहा कि ममता बनर्जी को खुद जो है संसदीय दल के नेता हैं, उनको खुद माफी मांगनी चाहिए, महुआ मोइत्रा को जो है पार्टी से सस्पेंड करना चाहिए।
Now I'm supposed to have called somebody a name. Please check the attendance sheet. If that person who he claims I have called him a name, if he were present, then it would have been the 10th. He would have been the 10th name. If he had been the 10th name, there would have been a quorum and the meeting would have continued.
The allegation may be amusing, but the Trinamool won't be smiling about the political heat it appears to have generated.
जो लोग भी अगर ऐसा बयान देते हैं तो ऐसा बयान नहीं देना चाहिए और कम से कम ये दुखद है.
Especially at a time when Mahua's boss is on a mission to unify the opposition under her, including in the Hindi heartland. Aggressively seizing the alleged insult, the BJP has accused the Trinamool of insulting all Hindi speakers and playing divisive politics.
बिहार के लोगों को गुंडा कहा जाए, ये 14 करोड़ बिहारियों का अपमान है. आज के बाद आरजेडी को जिन्होंने प्रचार किया था टीएमसी के लिए, बिहार के लोगों से माफी मांगनी चाहिए.
If Mahua Moitra really did unleash a Bihari Gunda tongue lashing at this BJP MP, it flows from similar language used for so-called outsiders during the Bengal election, a running cultural prejudice between the two states. Remember this?
China, China, BJP ke China, 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 Narendra Modi China, 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 গুন্ডাদের China. কিন্তু এরা বাইরের গুন্ডা দিল্লির, পুলিশ ভয়ে চাকরি ছেড়ে দিচ্ছে, মেয়েদের উপর অত্যাচার হচ্ছে.
As Mamata woos the Hindi parties, could this alleged abuse make things difficult? One thing's for sure, don't expect temperatures to fall anytime soon. Bureau Report, India Today.
कांग्रेस के द्वारा हमने ये अपने लाइफ में नहीं देखा.
While the Bihari Gunda controversy explodes, Mamata Banerjee is right now in the national capital, viewers, and she is here to embark, practically has embarked on Mission 2024. Let's take you through Mamata Banerjee's itinerary on day 5 when she is now about to leave Delhi. On the 4th day of her visit to the national capital, Mamata has met Union Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari. She met Gadkari in presence of other officials. They reviewed various road projects being undertaken in the state. The meeting also assumes significance as many in the opposition fancy Gadkari as a challenger to Prime Minister Modi in the BJP. A short while back, Mamata met DMK MP Kanni Modi and later, in a courtesy visit, met lyricist Javed Akhtar and Shabana Azmi. Now, speculations are rife if Mamata Banerjee will meet Sharad Pawar as well. This is her 4th day. Mamata Banerjee leaves tomorrow back for West Bengal.
मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि हमारा उधर में एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री अगर हो सकता है तो अच्छा है, जिसमें इलेक्ट्रिक बस तैयार हो सकता है. तो एक दिक में ट्रांसपोर्ट का बारे में और एक दिक जो रोड के बारे में, रोड कनेक्टिविटी का बारे में. नितिन जी ये भी बोला ठीक है, हमें मीटिंग करते हैं. यू ऑल्सो सेंड योर चीफ सेक्रेटरी एंड आवर डीजी विल बी देयर, आई विल बी देयर, योर पीडब्ल्यूडी मिनिस्टर सेक्रेटरी एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट सेक्रेटरी विल बी देयर. वी कैन डिसाइड दैट हाउ वी कैन गो अहेड.
बीजेपी जैसे एक कम्युनल एजेंडे वाला पार्टी के खिलाफ लड़ने के लिए हिंदुस्तान की हर लोकतांत्रिक धर्मनिरपेक्ष जितने ताकतें हैं सबको लामबंद करके एकजुटता होते हुए बीजेपी के खिलाफ लड़ा जाते हैं, लड़ सकते हैं, जीत सकते हैं.
खुशफहमी अगर किसी को है तो इसका तो कोई किसी को आपत्ति नहीं हो सकती, लेकिन खुशफहमी के साथ साथ किसी को गलतफहमी हो जाए तो उसका तो इलाज वो जनता ही करेगी, हम नहीं कर सकते.
All right, let's take our viewers right now through what has been Mamata Banerjee's itinerary over the course of the last 4 days. She leaves, viewers, for West Bengal tomorrow. Let's take you through that. On July 27th, when Mamata Banerjee came, she started off with a courtesy call where the Prime Minister is concerned. This was their first meeting ever since facing off in West Bengal. She also on the same day met Congress leader Kamal Nath and Anand Sharma. July 28th, Mamata Banerjee has met Sonia Gandhi, the Congress chief. Also in the evening, she met Arvind Kejriwal. July 29th, which is today, Mamata Banerjee met Nitin Gadkari, Union Minister, and just a short while ago, she had a meeting with Kanni Modi from the DMK. All right, so this is what Mamata Banerjee's itinerary has been. I want to cut across right now to my colleague Polumi Saha, because Polumi, the biggest question in midst of all of this is that hole which was to be filled by a meeting with NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar. That hasn't quite happened.
No, of course, it was speculated for a very, very long time that, maybe the two leaders will meet. Earlier, when Mamata Banerjee had arrived in Delhi, Mr. Sharad Pawar was not in Delhi, but he did land in Delhi day before yesterday night, and he has been in Delhi since. But unfortunately, for, of course, the opposition, that meeting hasn't taken place. What we learned from our sources is that it was up to Mr. Pawar to confirm a time with Ms. Banerjee's office for that meeting. That confirmation didn't come. Meanwhile, Sharad Pawar has met with other opposition leaders in the course of his stay in Delhi since day before yesterday. Yesterday, he met with Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family. Misa Bharti was present in that meeting, and he tweeted about it as well as to how it was, how glad he was to catch up with an old friend. But as far as that speculated meeting with Mr. Pawar is concerned, Mamata Banerjee, that meeting doesn't seem to be happening. It's not on the schedule anymore this evening, and tomorrow she has no visitors, no meetings scheduled. She leaves for Kolkata at about 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Preeti.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Polumi. We're going to keep a keen eye, because one very important member of this rainbow coalition that Mamata Banerjee wants to stitch together is Mr. Sharad Pawar, and there is no meeting scheduled, at least as of now. Meanwhile, let's quickly cut across to the news coming in from Goa. And this is bizarre in terms of the comment made by the Chief Minister of the state of Goa, Pramod Sawant. Now, he has triggered a massive outrage after he said teenagers should not be allowed on the state's beaches at night. This days after two 14-year-old girls were raped at Benalim Beach. The Chief Minister also added that the responsibility of safety of women cannot be put solely on the shoulders of the government. On July 25th, 4 men, including a driver with the Agriculture Department of Goa, posed as policemen and allegedly raped the 2 girls after beating up the boys who were accompanying them.
उसी का डिस्कशन हुआ था और उन्हीं चारों लोगों को अरेस्ट किया है, तुरंत अरेस्ट कर दिया है, और उसमें से एक जो गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट था उसको सस्पेंड कर दिया है। मुझे लगता है लेकिन इट इज़ द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो, क्योंकि माइनर बच्चों को बाहर भेजते वक्त उतनी जिम्मेदारी उन लोगों ने भी लेनी चाहिए।
All right, with that